Alright, so here's the deal, man, we're talking push-ups today. Everyone thinks they know how to do a push-up. You drop down, you push up, simple. But here's the kicker. It's wild how many people are just butchering it. Think you've mastered push-ups? Think again. Most people mess up the most basic bodyweight exercise, and yes, that includes influencers. It's not just about looking good for the gram, it's about actually building strength, doing it safely, and not wrecking your joints in the process. We see it all the time, these weird variations, these hacks, and a lot of it is just noise. It's misinformation spreading like wildfire. And the crazy part is, some of this stuff isn't just ineffective, it's actively bad for you. We're gonna dive deep into some of the biggest myths out there and just break it down. Because if you're gonna spend your time and energy doing an exercise, you might as well do it right, you know? Enam wanted to really tackle this head on. We're gonna bust 3 of the most common, and honestly, some of the most damaging push-up myths. Let's get into it. Alright, let's jump straight into the first one. This is the one that makes physical therapists cringe worldwide. It's the idea that to really hit your chest, you gotta flare those elbows way out to the sides. The logic is wider arms, equal sign, bigger chest engagement. But here's the thing. That's just not how your shoulder joint is designed to work under that kind of load. When you flare your elbows out to 90 degrees, you're putting an insane amount of stress on the rotator cuff and the shoulder capsule. It's an impingement nightmare waiting to happen. Your shoulder is a ball and socket joint, super mobile, but it can be unstable if you put it in compromised positions under load. Flaring the elbows like that? That's a compromised position, period. Flaring your elbows like chicken wings loads your shoulders, not your chest, and it increases injury risk. The primary movers in a push-up should be your pecs, your triceps, and your anterior deltoids. When you flare out, you're shifting a disproportionate amount of that load directly onto the delicate structures of the shoulder joint itself. It's just asking for trouble. You're actually reducing the effectiveness for your pecs because you're taking them out of their strongest line of pull. So, what's the fix? It's actually pretty simple. Keep those elbows at roughly a 45-degree angle to your torso. Think of your body and arms forming an arrowhead shape, not a T-shape. When you lower yourself, your elbows should track back, closer to your sides. This position allows your pecs to do the work they're supposed to do. It keeps your shoulder joint in a much more stable and safe position, and it actually allows for a better range of motion where it counts. This 45-degree angle is crucial. It protects your joints and it hits the chest right. You'll find you can engage your lats a bit more too to help stabilize the movement. It might feel a little different at first if you're used to the chicken wing method, maybe even a bit harder because you're actually using the target muscles more effectively. Think about how you'd push something heavy away from you if you were standing up. You wouldn't flare your elbows way out to the sides, right? You'd keep them relatively tucked. It's the same principle. Your body knows how to generate force efficiently and safely if you let it. Focus on that arrow shape. Keep the tension on your chest and triceps, and your shoulders will thank you for it. It's a simple change that makes a world of difference. Alright, let's move on to myth number 2. This one is all about range of motion, or at least what people is full range of motion. It's the old nose to the floor rule. You hear it all the time. Gotta touch your nose to the ground, bro, or it doesn't count. The idea is that making contact with some part of your face or upper body with the ground signifies a complete perfect rep. And look, aiming for a full range of motion is good, but using your nose as a depth gauge, that's where things get a little weird. Unless your nose does the lifting, that's not the point. What does your nose touching the ground actually measure? It measures how far your head is from the floor. But a push-up isn't a head-lowering exercise, it's about your chest, shoulders, and triceps working to lower and lift your entire torso and lower body as a single rigid unit. Your head position can change independently of what your working muscles are doing. You can easily touch your nose to the floor by just craning your neck down, even if your chest is still a mile high. So, what happens when people chase this nose to the floor cue? Often they start to break form, they'll let their hips sag, or they'll do this weird pecking motion with their head. Their chest might barely be moving, their elbows might not be getting to a proper depth, but hey, the nose touched. Rep complete. The real goal for depth in a standard push-up should be to lower your body until your elbows reach at least a 90-degree angle, or your chest gets very close to the floor while maintaining a straight line from your head to your heels. The key phrase there is straight line. No sagging hips, no piking at the waist, and no leading with your forehead. Your entire body should move as one solid plank. If your nose touches the floor naturally when you achieve this proper depth with good form, fine. but it shouldn't be the goal itself. Think about the actual muscles working. You want to get a good stretch in the pecs at the bottom, and a full contraction at the top. If you're just dropping your head, you're shortchanging that stretch. You're not taking the muscles through their full functional range. A much better cue is to think about bringing your chest towards the space between your hands. And again, the critical part is maintaining that rigid body line. Your core has to be engaged, glutes squeezed, everything tight. Ditch the nosedive, focus on true depth and solid form. Chapter 3, myth number 3, the numbers game, more reps, equals sign, better workout, right? Okay, let's tackle the third big myth, and this one is pervasive. It's the idea that more is always better, specifically when it comes to reps. You see these challenges online? Do 100 push-ups a day for instant gains. The underlying belief is that sheer volume is the king, and if you just do enough reps, you'll magically get stronger and more muscular. It's the quantity over quality trap. And look, volume helps, sure. Progressive overload, which can include doing more reps over time, is a fundamental principle of strength training. But, and this is a huge but, 100 sloppy push-ups builds more ego than muscle. If those reps are half-hearted, with bad form, limited range of motion, and you're just flailing around to hit a number, what are you really achieving? You're reinforcing bad movement patterns, you're increasing your risk of injury, and you're not actually challenging your muscles in an optimal way for growth. Think about it. If you do 100 push-ups where your elbows are flared, your hips are sagging, and you're only going down a few inches, are those 100 reps truly effective? Compare that to someone who does, say 3 sets of 10 perfect push-ups, with controlled movement, full range of motion, elbows tucked, core tight. Who do you think is getting a better workout? Who's actually building functional strength and quality muscle? It's not even a contest. Focus on form over flex. 10 clean reps are infinitely more valuable than 50 bad ones. Muscles respond to tension and metabolic stress. If your form is garbage, you're not creating optimal tension in the target muscles. You might be feeling tired, you might be sweating, but that doesn't automatically equate to an effective stimulus for adaptation. The number itself is meaningless without context. The context of your current fitness level, your form, the intensity of each rep, and your overall training program. What's far more important is the quality of each repetition, and the principle of progressive overload applied intelligently. That means focusing on making each rep as good as it can be. Then, once you can do a certain number of perfect reps, you can look to increase the reps, or add sets, or move to a more challenging variation of the push-up. Maybe you elevate your feet, or you add a weight vest, or you work towards one-arm push-ups. That's how you get stronger, not by just mindlessly chasing a rep count with deteriorating form. So instead of just aiming for more, aim for better. Better form, better control, better mind-muscle connection. So there you have it, man. 3 massive push-up myths, totally busted. We've talked about the chicken wing elbows wrecking your shoulders, the pointless nosedive to the floor, and the trap of chasing rep counts with garbage form. It's crazy how much misinformation is out there. And Enam and I really wanted to shine a light on this stuff because, at the end of the day, we want you to get strong, stay safe, and actually enjoy your training. Stop falling for viral push-up hacks. Build strength the smart way, not the sketchy way. These quick fixes and secret techniques you see online, most of them are just setting you up for disappointment, or worse, an injury that could sideline you for weeks or months. It all comes down to fundamentals. Master the basics. Understand why you're doing what you're doing. A push-up isn't just some random movement, it's a complex exercise that, when done correctly, can build incredible upper body and core strength. But correctly is the key word there. It means being mindful of your elbow position, achieving a true full range of motion with a stable core, and prioritizing the quality of every single rep over the sheer quantity. So, take this information, apply it to your own workouts. Film yourself, be critical, and make the necessary adjustments. Keep learning, keep questioning, and keep pushing, with good form, of course.